A lot has been said about Kaizer Chiefs signing ex-Sundowns players to Chiefs. People say, oh, we're tired of Sundowns scraps because they come to Chiefs, they're after their prime and they don't give us anything. And some people are saying, no, Sundowns has quality players. And even if they are scraps at Sundowns, they're still good enough to play at Kaizer Chiefs because there is higher competition at Sundowns. That is why players don't play there. So they can come to Chiefs and still fit. But what do you guys think? Let me know down on the comment section below. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pilo. I am your host. This is Offense Meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. I'm a Khosi Football Club. And in today's video, we are going to talk about the three players who are linked with the Kaizer Chiefs, who are currently playing for Mamelodi Sundowns. And we'll start with the goalkeeper, Jody February, who is obviously not going to play at Sundowns right now because Ronan Williams is their best goalkeeper and is also signed just this season. And I'm sure Guti contract yake promised him Guti is going to be playing each and every single game or most of the games in any case. So the question is then, why would the Chiefs sign a goalkeeper because of Peterson? And I will have to say this, Guti, I don't think Guti Chiefs started being interested in Jody February yesterday. I think this started when the Chiefs were struggling to find the right goalkeeper. Which keeper can we actually have as the person who can come and take over from Ukone? Because there was that struggle. Ubvuma was given an opportunity beginning of the season and then he couldn't grab it with both hands. And then it was passed on to Peterson, but then he only got a game or two and then had a baby and then Ukone had to come back. And then Ukone, there were problems with him and we know Uguti is leaving by the end of the season. So then the questions were being asked to Guti, who's going to be Kaizer Chiefs' goalkeeper? And February came into the conversation in that way. But kusekhona ukuthi people can still have question marks because a lot of people still have question marks about Ubvuma. They're saying, oh no, he makes a lot of mistakes, positioning yakhe this, positioning yakhe that. I see Umandla. But kukhona ukuthi yes, there could still be a question of who is going to be a solution in case Peterson gets injured, right? In case Peterson is out of form next season. Because you're looking at Ubvuma, you're looking at Ubontle Mlefe, who hasn't featured in a single game this season. People have said some other things about Ubontle, who would even go MTC, a keeper, another development keeper took over from him, and because of that, they don't have confidence in Bontle Mlefe. So maybe that is why Abantu are also just looking around Chiefs and thinking, what if we bring in another goalkeeper from another team? But now I'm thinking, Guti, if the contract Jody February ends 2025-2026, would he not think, because he's also wanted by Pirates, would he not think I should just go to Pirates if they want me and they want this and Sundowns can accept the offer? Because Pirates is most guaranteed what is going to start. Because Bona, Chiefs is saying we have a goalkeeper crisis, but I think with Pirates the crisis is even worse. So I think when it comes down to it, Pirates would be the ones who can end up landing this goalkeeper because we Chiefs who Peterson and with them giving Ubontle Mlefe that long-term contract in recent weeks, it shows Uguti, okay, now they've just said we have Peterson as number 1, Uvuma as number 2, and we're going to keep Ubontle Mlefe as number 3. Moving on though to another one that I think is unlikely, Ulebohang Mabue, who's 28 right now, and the contract with Sundowns ends in 2026. He's had some problems with the game time, but he's also had some problems just with injuries. And if you look at Mabue Vele with Sundowns, the way that he plays, he is a pacey player and is also a very good player technically. So he can kind of fit in what Uzwane is trying to do. But the question is he even worth the trouble? Because as we talked about earlier on in the week about Tuguti, Chiefs are looking for Abo Mendieta, looking for Abu Pulemoti. They are also in a process yokuthi but promoted the youngster Uyansin Gui Chiefs. So you're thinking ukuthi seben promotile, not ukuthi they're in a process. So kunalento ukuthi, are they going to actually pay someone from Sundowns who still has a contract Salelo 2 years, who has an injury problems, and who can come to Chiefs and basically be after his prime because he's not been playing for so long with Sundowns. I think this move is just there, Uguti. Sometimes I'm a journalist will look at Sundowns and say, let's see who's not playing. Oh, okay, that one is not playing. So he could probably fit the system, say Chiefs. But a player that I do think is likely to come to Chiefs is this one. But before I talk about that player, guys, please do like the video. It helps me to reach more people like you. And also, what do you think about Jody February coming to Chiefs? Do you even think Chiefs need to sign another keeper? Do you think Chiefs Umabue can be a good fit at Kaizer Chiefs? Let me know in my comments as well. Now, I do think Ugutu Kapinga might be a player if out of the three players that are here. I think Ugutu Kapinga is the one that the Chiefs can sign. He's 28 right now. The contract here with Sundowns expires next year. And I would think since the Sundowns are not using him in any case, they might want to get something for him. But again, Sundowns is not that kind of a team that says we want to get something for a player. I mean, just beginning of last season, of this season, I mean, they released, I forget their striker, who they had acquired for like, what, 20 million or something. And then they just spent another 53 million on Allende. There are talks they are going to spend about 100 million on another player. So Sundowns, Imal is not a problem. So if they want to keep Ukapinga and not sell him, they can keep him and not sell him. But also if they just want to make Chiefs suffocate, they can say, okay, we want 10 million for Ukapinga. And the Chiefs won't go for that. Because we know Guti, Sundowns, although Chiefs is struggling, they still view Chiefs as a competition. But if we're being honest, Chiefs has not been competition for Sundowns. But would Chiefs even go for, what would be the reasons why Chiefs would be even going for Ukapinga? It's clear Uguti Sundowns does not need Ukapinga, right? Because they signed Umbule. Umbule has even had disciplinary problems at Sundowns, yet he's still playing ahead of Ukapinga with Sundowns. And even legends have Abantu have even started talking with Ainege, guys. Why are you staying at Sundowns? Just find another team. Because even in January, there were talks Oguti he might actually end up leaving and going to Chiefs. And then he held on, and then there were thoughts Oguti, oh no, maybe he's going to get more game time as the season progresses. But so far, nothing has happened for him. And he's just staying to Sundowns for the vibes. Because if you look at Chiefs, we could use a player like Ukaping again, because I'm assuming Uguti next season is system here to should we sign a defensive midfielder, we are going to play AMA 8 out 2 or E8 in a 10. And in that sense, that means we are either playing Umtu who I think can be shifted even into a winger. We can be playing Ukapinga, let me just say he goes straight to the starting 11 and is playing alongside, say, someone else that was signing, I don't know, Mendiet, I don't know, Stebe, or whoever that is playing, or Machine. You have very two quality players in the team who are playing attacking football. And if you are taking them out, or even if he is not starting, but is promised Uguti is going to get game time, because game time does not necessarily mean you start a game, but it can even come off the bench. Uguti, okay, now we're taking out Umtansane, or because we've signed Umtansane. So we're starting with Ukaping, and then we can take him out and bring in Umtansane. We're starting with Umshini, we can bring him out and bring on Umtu, or we're starting with Umtu, we can bring on Umshin later on. Because if we're playing in the CAF competition, we're going to need a competition. We're going to need depth, because in the team you cannot afford to have complacency, because that is why we end up almost losing these games, because we become too relaxed. But if the squad is big enough, not crazy big, but big enough to have competition, healthy competition, good quality competition in the team, it will be good for us. Because if you think about it, this thing Yoguti, we look at our bench and we're like, oh my god, who can come in and do anything? And you're like, so and so can, he can do something, but you don't find anything. Like you like, guys, there's nothing. There's just nothing. So I think the more players we have who are quality, the better. But do I think this move is possible? I don't think it is, because Sundowns, I think, will just keep hold of him, because they're also playing in the Super League. So they will want to spread their players and say, okay, maybe when uzodlala kuma MTN 8 nakwi-Telkom Knockout, nakwi-Nedbank Cup and in some league games, and then Umbule will be playing in the Champions League and in the important league games, and then it will keep you, and then when your contract ends, then we can release you, or we can just bench you, because once again we know Sundowns does not want to have a competition. We can talk about it dominance, but we can also talk about the fact that they want to monopolize the league. Rulani Mkwena said it himself in the video that I made a long time ago, the video that has the most views in this channel. Uguti, it doesn't want quality. They don't want quality falling into their opponents or their rivals. So Vele, they would be making sure Uguti, they don't give their best players, not best players, but good enough players that can improve the Chiefs or the Pirates to them. Even Okemit, they let him go because, well, they thought maybe he's going to be too toxic to be in their dressing room, so they let him go, and then ended up signing for a Pirate. But Aboka being a players who can still actually do something for Abo Chiefs, I don't think they'll just let him go like that. But hey guys, what do you think about all these 3 players? Let me know down on the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. And until next time, remember, equals Alpelumo.